9 Eyes Never Shut. Chapter 7. Ninth Run to Glory. Lucien was angry. Ves de Rogner was the one to blame in all of this. She was the one who had been there. She had performed the first ritual. She had failed. She had killed him. She had left him buried in the dirt, and she had left his body open for some new consciousness to stumble into. Lucien did not blame Mollymauk. Hell, he was Mollymauk. That fact had come to be very clear, at least on his side of things. The other voice was not so certain. But Lucien was of the belief that Mollymauk was as much a part of him as his horns and tail. That thought did not make things any easier to handle, though. His head was swimming, his mind ablaze with ideas, questions, fleeting glimpses of memories from a life he had not lived, and snatches of voices that warmed his soul, but he saw no more. It hurt. Being two people hurt. The tiefling felt as though his head may split in two. Perhaps that would be easier. For all the wonders and joy learning of his time as Mollymauk brought, when the visions were over, all that remained was his own cold, his own rage, his own desperate longing. Lucien tried to tell himself that he wanted to succeed in their plan, to become more than any before, and to stand victorious above the world. But that person is dead and not me. It's just a person who had this body. They abandoned it. It's mine now. Do you really think that? Lucien asked, as the dream faded into grey mist and he towed the line between sleep and waking. I did. Not so sure anymore. I think you were right. You do? At the time, yes. I was dead, Molly. We both know that. I am glad that you came in my place. I'm only sorry that you fell so fast. That's a very poetic way to say I took a massive bloody glaive to the chest. Don't, Molly. What? It's true. I know. I can still feel it. Lucien had lived that dream 8 times now. 8 nights, reliving the tale of Mollymauk come to a brutal, abrupt end. It hurt. It hurts, he whispered to none but Molly. I know. I feel it too. You do? Yeah, never really stopped. Slowly, still entranced in the cobwebs of sleep, Lucien moved a hand up to cover the biting scar planted dead center of their chest. Know what you should do? Molly said softly. What? Get a tattoo. Cover it best you can. Make it beautiful. Make it better. Leave every place better than I found it, hey? Exactly. Including you. You think I can be better? I do. I know it. Molly, I need to do something. You want to kill Ves, don't you? Yes. It's so cold. He's shot through with it, like ice in his veins. The earth is cold. The grass is cold. The blood, thick on his chest, is hot. Hot, pouring down his shirt. He has a wild moment of thought. Don't get my damn coat bloody. Choking. Hot. Hot blood in his throat. Can't breathe. A hulking beast stood over him as the tiefling felt his own shoulders sag. He weighed himself down into the dirt. A face warped with a grin, leering close. Closer. Blood. Hot, hot blood boiling his throat. No breath, no words, no air. The tiefling spat it out. A great rainbow of deep scarlet splattered across a cracked smile. Respect. Well, fuck you too, Lucien and Mollymauk thought in unison. Then, blinding, blistering, rib-shattering pain. His eyes never shut, but the world vanished. Darkness swallowed them. Down, down. The ground was taking him back, swallowing him whole. Lucien screamed. Somewhere close by, he heard Cree calling for him to wake up. Mollymauk was gone. Molly. Molly. Molly? And the earth was claiming him back again. No, no, no. None are gone. He had to dig. He had to get out. Not again. Not again. He could not do it again. No air, no light. Just dark, dark earth, suffocating, blinding, deafening. He was lost. Lost under the ground, and no one would know. No one would hear. No one would come. No one would help. Lucien! That memory was the worst. Always the worst. It hurt and it killed and it buried him. Lucien, come on! Molly. He spoke as though his throat were filled with glass shards. Lucien, wake up! Molly! Cree was shaking him now. Red eyes snapped open and he sat up, tearing off the blankets and cloak. He needed to stand, needed to be on his feet, face this, grasp it in both hands and not let go. It was the 9th time the lavender tiefling had relived that particular memory. What is the matter? Furry hands did not approach him. Cree spoke from where she knelt by the abandoned bed. Every one of the tomb takers seemed to have come to the universal, silent realization that they should stay back. Some had begun to rise out of their own bunks, others lay quite still. All were watching. The lavender tiefling was shivering, despite this being the warmest the group had been in weeks. The tavern allowed them to sleep cosily, each in a bed and not on the dirt. Dirt. Dirt and buried and gone. The tiefling bit back a snarl from deep in his soul and focused his eyes on something, anything that was not any of the faces staring at him across the bedchamber. Red eyes found the little mirror hung lopsidedly above the tattered dresser. Red eyes found violet curls. Red eyes found horns decorated with delicate details and charms. Red eyes found peacock feathers curved like an embrace at his cheek. Red eyes found red eyes. It hurt. It hurt being two people. And the lavender tiefling wasn't sure he wanted to be two people anymore.